me.
Yeah, so who's your hairdresser, Pip?
I go into Hungerford to have it cut.
Oh, joking actually we were. This was a joke.
I trim it myself. And nearly cut my bloody hair off.
Well,
right, so apparently you're going to be retiring from Bowlplex in Bowlplex Basingstoke 20th of April. And let's hope the Mayor and Bowlplex have got a big party for you.
Yeah.
We know the Mayor's office knows that your retirement date. Maybe the British Tenpin Bowling Association, they should know as well. So I think we've managed to cover quite a few things. We've managed to cover about your early years as a teenager.
I've had a wonderful time tenpin bowling, met a lot of very nice people, enjoyed it, and always did my very best. And I teach the blind and the disabled, and that's the best part of it all.
Yeah.
Really.
Do you remember Frank Klaus?
Yes, very much so.
Yep. And Jim Brewer.
Frank Klaus was the top American bowler. Jim Brewer, fantastic bowler. Rhoda,
Yeah.
but Jim.
I remember some of the teams you played for, the Wembley Lionesses,
Yes.
the Brunswick Jetterbells,
Yes.
some of the great teams in the London League,
In the London League.
Stanley Bridges Drills.
Yes.
You used to play for them in Dagenham, I remember that.
Dagenham.
When you went to the bowls like Bexley Heath and Acton and Stamford Hill.
Yeah. Stamford Hill.
but your bowling career continued when you went to live in Germany.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
You bowled for a German
I
team.
bowled for Mönchengladbach.
That's right. And you also used to know somebody called Walter who lived in
Walter
Cologne.
Orbis, yes.
In Cologne, because
Yeah.
he had his own bowling
Yes,
alley.
he did, that's right, Walter.
And he used to like you going down
Oh,
there
yes.
promoting.
Yes.
helping
God, I
him.
remember the bowl down there,
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
Well, that
Walter.
really, we used to park half on the pavement outside the bowl, yeah. Well, you were lucky because you were living in Cologne at the time, weren't
That's
you?
right, yeah.
Originally you had a house down there, didn't you? I was never, did you actually see
No.
that? No, I didn't see that house either. But before you moved to
see
Mönchengladbach,
Walter.
Rhine-Darlen, yeah, I'd forgotten Walter myself. Yeah, Walter,
Was like the
yeah.
same- He was so tiny.
We
Yeah.
stayed the night in his apartment and I slept in the bath. On a mattress. I remember that.
Gosh, that's a long time ago.
Do you remember when, on the charity work, when the children from Chernobyl came over to the bowl?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you looked after them
Yes.
and you went for the ride in the big stretch,
That's right, the
the big
stretch limo.
pink stretch limo with all the children?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. We never took. I never saw any photographs of that.
Yeah, there's plenty. Yeah,
Oh,
there's plenty,
no.
yeah. We've had lots of photographs from the Chernobyl. The
Yeah.
one of the leaders, she's Galena. She's been back to England a few times,
Yeah,
but
Galena,
never,
yeah.
but not back to Basingstoke. She's been up in Liverpool
Yeah.
with the children from Chernobyl. What was your favourite moment with all the charity work you've done? What's your favourite moment?
They were all special, John, because they were all disabled children, and to have disabled children coming out and mixing in with the public, which in the past they never did. They never mixed with anybody. But when they came to bowling, we put on a buffet for them. They had food, and they had they were just wonderful.
Yeah, you did tournaments as well.
Tournaments for them,
Yeah.
special, and they were so keen.
What about the tournaments you organised for blind people?
Oh yes, they were.
Yeah.
They were special because, you know.
Yeah, because there was disabled and blind people,
Yeah, that's right.
and then you had the radiation children over from the Ukraine,
The
well,
Ukraine.
Belarus,
Yeah,
not
Belarus,
not
yeah.
Ukraine, where the Chernobyl
Yeah,
nuclear
disaster.
power station blew up. Yeah. Yeah, and all the parents have got the radiation in the blood.
The best part of bowling of all the years I've been in bowling, which is 54, I think. That was when you look after all the disabled and the blind and the children from Chernobyl and all those children with nothing.
So it wouldn't have been anything, your highlight with Bowlplex wouldn't have been anything that the fact that you nicked the blue roll and the black sax and
Yeah. And the owner, yeah, I've known him a long time. He was 23 when I first met him.
Yeah, Tracy Standish. Yeah, he's still the owner. Yeah.
Yes, he's still the owner.
Yeah, that's why he wants you down in Poole, which is very close to their offices.
Yeah.
Their offices are in Bournemouth.
In Bournemouth, yeah.
And their first bowl was at Branksome. Poole, Bournemouth Road or Poole Road. I never remember which one it is, but it's between Upper Parkston and Westbourne. Yeah, you've done well. Done well. Had a very active life.
Lovely. I had a wonderful time. Bowling's been wonderful. People don't realise that. They think, oh, 10-pin bowling, but there is a lot to it, and there's a lot of skill bowling, especially when you've got everybody's trying to beat you.
Yeah.
It's certainly very noticeable that it motivates you still at your age to get up and go into work.
Oh, yes.
And I suppose it's the integrating with the work people and customers, which
the customers
keeps you going.
Yeah, the customers. They come in.
Very important.
They come in and they say, "Geez, you're not still going, are you?" I said, "Well, you're just about."
I remember when you were in bowling, when you beat all the men in the Scottish Open.
Oh, that's right.
You know, when you were the Queen of Scotland and the Scottish Open Championships, and you beat all the men and the women. That was probably quite something, because you're in the Scottish papers, and in those days, of course, you used to be on ITV Sport every Sunday,
Yeah.
playing. I remember the names like Pipp Care, Bobby Mansfield, Lee Cates,
Oh, yes.
and I can never remember I think, oh yeah, the guy who ran it at the time was Ken Walton. He was the guy who did
That's right.
ITV Sport.
Yeah.
I always remember because Kent, yeah, that's right, yeah. But Lee Cates, he used to smoke a big cigar,
That's right, he did.
and he used to loft his ball about 6 feet
Yes,
down
he
the
did
lane.
as well.
And Bobby Mansfield was really skinny and had a really smooth style.
Yeah.
In fact, we've got the newspaper cutting, and it says Scotland belongs to Pipp Care.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
So that was quite.
I must have been very special that day.
Well, you were, yeah, you were in the paper. Funny enough,
Glasgow belongs.
another bowler who ran the magazines. He ran the magazine World of Tenpin, and he managed to dig up some of the historical data from that era and send it to me. Keith Hale, do you remember?
Oh, Keith Hale, I do, definitely.
Yeah.
Tall guy.
Yeah, well, Keith Hale, he managed to, he kept in touch with us over the last few years.
Oh, yes, I remember Keith.
And also who kept in touch with us recently was, you know, when you played tennis in Sri Lanka,
Yes.
and you were in the Negumbo Tennis Club,
Yeah.
and you won the singles ladies.
Singles, that's right.
Right, well, the guy there, he must be related, because De Silva,
Oh, yes.
he's been, you won that, I think, in 1959 in the Negumbo Tennis Club in Ceylon, Sri Lanka, and De Silva was actually back in touch with us in 2009 or 2008.
Hector.
Yeah, well, that was the original De Silva, but this is obviously one of his family or extended family is now the chairman of the Negumbo Tennis Club still to this day. Anyway, I sent him your picture over with you and your cup. Yeah, from when you.
That's a long time ago.
I think another thing I remember is that I've always wanted to learn is that when you were in Sri Lanka, you used to play mahjong.
Oh, yes. Quite a lot.
That's the one game I want to learn.
Yes. We've got quite skilled at it, really. It's you've got to be absolutely at the table, completely on what you're doing in mahjong.
Yeah, I don't know how to play it. I haven't got but I've actually bought some 2 mahjong sets here.
You?
I'm looking for somebody one day to teach me. The best way